We often think about the clothes people see. We consider our shirts, our trousers, and our shoes. But what about the clothes that lie beneath? Underwear is a fundamental part of our daily dress. It is the first layer we put on and the last we take off. This simple garment serves many purposes. It provides support. It offers hygiene by protecting our outer clothes from our bodies. It also gives us comfort throughout the day. For centuries, this hidden layer of clothing has been just as important as the more visible parts of our wardrobe, shaping how we feel and move in our own skin. The history of men's underwear is a long and fascinating story. It is a journey that stretches back to the very beginnings of civilization. It reflects changes in society, technology, and even our ideas about modesty and the human body. What men wore underneath their tunics or robes was not always about fashion. It was about practicality. It was about what was available. The materials were simple, often just a piece of cloth wrapped and tied in a specific way. Understanding this history gives us a wonderful insight into the daily lives of people from long ago, revealing details that are often overlooked in grand historical tales. Looking at the evolution of these garments is like peering into a secret drawer of the past. Each change tells us something new. The shift from a simple loincloth to more structured undergarments shows us advancements in textile production. The introduction of new fabrics and designs speaks to growing desires for comfort and personal expression. Even the marketing of underwear reveals how attitudes towards masculinity have changed over the decades. It is not just a piece of clothing, it is a small but significant piece of social history, woven into the fabric of our everyday existence. So, let us begin this exploration. We will travel from the dusty lands of ancient Egypt to the bustling factories of the Industrial Revolution. We will see how a simple strip of linen transformed into the wide array of styles we know today. This is not just a tale of boxers and briefs. It is a story about innovation, comfort, and the private lives of men throughout history. It is a reminder that even the most ordinary items have extraordinary stories to tell if we only take the time to look closely and appreciate their humble origins. Our story begins in the ancient world, where the concept of underwear was born out of pure necessity. In ancient Egypt, men commonly wore a loincloth. This was a simple piece of linen, a fabric made from the flax plant which grew abundantly along the Nile. This cloth was wrapped around the hips and between the legs, then tied securely at the waist. Pharaohs and wealthy noblemen might have worn finer linen, sometimes pleated for a more decorative look, but the basic design remained the same for everyone. It was a practical solution for the hot climate, offering a basic layer of protection and support during physical labor. The ancient Greeks and Romans also had their own versions of the loincloth. The Greeks called it a perizoma, while the Romans referred to it as a sublegaculum. These were typically made of linen or wool. For many, this was the only garment worn during athletic activities or hard work. Roman soldiers, gladiators, and actors would all wear the sublegaculum for support and modesty. While the wealthy might wear a tunic over it, the undergarment itself was a staple. It was not seen as a private piece of clothing in the way we think of underwear today. It was a functional item for an active life. As we move into the Middle Ages, things began to change, especially in the colder climates of Europe. The simple loincloth evolved into something more substantial. Men began wearing loose-fitting linen trousers or drawers called brays. These garments could be long, reaching the ankle, or shorter, ending around the knee. They were held up with a belt or a cord threaded through the waistband. Brays were much more practical for wearing undertunics and later hose. They provided warmth and prevented chafing, becoming a standard part of a man's wardrobe for centuries across all social classes. During the Renaissance, as outer clothing became more fitted and elaborate, underwear had to adapt. Brays became shorter and more snug. A significant addition was the codpiece, a padded and often decorated pouch that covered the front opening of the trousers. Initially a practical flap for convenience, the codpiece soon became a prominent fashion statement. Men, including kings like Henry VIII, would have them elaborately decorated with jewels and fine fabrics to emphasize their masculinity and status. This was one of the first times that men's underwear became a visible and intentional part of fashion. The 1800s brought about the Industrial Revolution, and with it, massive changes in how clothing was made. The invention of machines like the cotton gin and the power loom made fabrics like cotton cheaper and more widely available. This meant that for the first time, Comfortable and easily washable underwear was accessible to the masses, not just the wealthy. Men's undergarments became more standardized. The most common style was the union suit, a one-piece knitted garment that covered the entire body from the neck to the wrists and ankles. It was particularly popular in colder regions for its warmth and convenience. A rather amusing fact from this period concerns the union suit's design. To make trips to the outhouse easier, these garments featured a button flap at the back, often called a drop seat, access hatch, or fireman's flap. While incredibly practical, it has become a source of humor in modern depictions of the era. Imagine trying to unbutton that flap in a hurry on a cold winter's night. This small design feature highlights the practical thinking that went into clothing before the advent of modern indoor plumbing and central heating, solving a very real, everyday problem for the wearer. The early 20th century marked a pivotal moment for men's underwear. In 1925, Jacob Golomb, the founder of the boxing equipment company Everlast, designed something new. He replaced the stiff leather belts on boxers' shorts with a more flexible elastic waistband. This innovation made the shorts much more comfortable for athletes. This new style of boxer shorts soon caught on with the general public. Men liked the loose fit and freedom of movement they offered. They were a significant step away from the restrictive, full-body union suits that had dominated the market for so long. Then, in 1934, another revolution occurred. An apparel company called Coopers Incorporated received a postcard from a friend on the French Riviera. The postcard showed a man in a very small, fitted swimsuit, similar to a bikini bottom. Inspired, the company's designers created a legless, supportive undergarment with a Y-front fly. They called it the Jockey. When it was first put on sale in Chicago on January 19, 1935, the store sold out its entire stock of 30,000 pairs in just 3 months. The brief was born, offering a completely new option that provided support without the bulk of boxer shorts. The latter half of the 20th century became a battleground of styles, famously known as the boxers versus briefs debate. The choice between the two became a matter of personal preference and even identity. Boxers were often associated with a more traditional conservative style, while briefs were seen as more modern and athletic. This debate was famously highlighted in a 1990s Levi's television commercial where a handsome man stripped down to his crisp white boxer shorts in a laundromat, making them a symbol of cool, effortless style for a new generation. The market did not stop there. In the 1990s, a hybrid style emerged to settle the debate, the boxer brief. This new design offered the best of both worlds. It had the longer leg of a boxer short, which prevented chafing, but the snug, supportive fit of a brief. Popularized by designers like Calvin Klein, whose iconic advertisements featured celebrities and models, the boxer brief quickly became one of the most popular underwear styles for men. It provided comfort, support, and a sleek silhouette under modern, close-fitting trousers, satisfying the needs of a wide range of consumers. Today, men's underwear is more diverse than ever. The choices go far beyond just boxers and briefs. There are trunks, which are shorter than boxer briefs, as well as jock straps for athletic support, and even thongs. The materials have also evolved significantly. While cotton remains a classic choice, modern underwear is often made from advanced fabrics like modal, microfiber, and bamboo. These materials offer enhanced properties such as moisture wicking, breathability, and incredible softness, prioritizing comfort and performance for a modern, active lifestyle. Ultimately, underwear is more than just a functional necessity, it is the foundation of a man's wardrobe and his personal comfort. It is a private choice that affects how he feels throughout the day. The future of men's underwear will likely see even more innovation in fabrics and design, focusing on sustainability, greater comfort, and personalized fits. From a simple linen loincloth to high-tech performance-enhancing garments, the evolution of men's underwear is a quiet but constant reflection of our changing world and our enduring quest for comfort in our own skin.